Hey, so I just wanted to say real quick that I'm talking about a premeditated murder, talking about premeditating my relationships to keep me within proximity, to continue poisoning that these people did to me from a young age, concerning a very heavy rape and heavy sexual abuse that was in my family background. And then on top of it, I'm talking about identity theft and identity erasure based on keeping me poisoned with the poison that wouldn't allow me to see these things for what they were or be able to reason through them in a timeliest of fashion. So I'm hoping that I can get your support to look at more of my content, more of why I'm out here doing this because I wanted to move wholeheartedly different. They're not allowing me to my own normal energy. So I'm hoping that you can see that and I'm hoping that you can support me in with what I have going on because it's like they want me shut off so that they can cut up my work however they want and then use the cut up versions to post up and say, see, this is how he is. And it doesn't even matter because they're trying to suggest that I'm making threats to my father when I'm coming up out of a long standing poisoning. No, I'm actually saying that I want my identity back, my energy back, my time, my purpose, not living in the ways that I've been forced to live based on what these people are doing to me. So my crime is just living through it. And because I've lived through it, it's like I had no other choice. Otherwise, they would have killed me. You're not just witnessing some of the Lord's protection over my life by me making it through, but you're witnessing them as the dark that they tried to fold up as if that it was never happening. But that's why they had to ghost up, and that's their whole like moving in a complete, the discard phase of the total malignant narcissist, covert sociopath, psychopaths that they are. And so, because they were trying to fold up as though there was nothing going to be discovered to have to deal with the consequences for their actions, and even if they don't get it here, they wanted me immune to the poisoning. They wanted their own immunity to be able to poison me, and they moved in the end as though they were going to make their own faults seem like it was all me and all upon me alone, just being eradicated by their own poisoning. So if I can get your support, it would mean a whole lot to me because their plans to take my life were so solid that they should have to face their guilt and behind closed doors and behind closed events or whatever, they are in complete shame and guilt for what they have been and done. So it has to deal with these things that they just wanted for me because no matter what happens, I've been resilient because I've had to be. My personal silence towards them isn't silent at all, mind you. Like, I actually wanted to go to family counseling with them. I actually wanted to figure out the contents of character, like how you wanted to move with what had happened as kids. But them stating that it never happened and, oh, my dad told me it, that blah, 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 that's them just hiding the facts. The facts are is that it happened. And I know that my sister's not in the greatest position to be able to say that, but she's said it to me. She knows what happened. She's just not in the greatest place to be able to say those things. But behind the veil of what they want to show you is me choosing to rise and trying to heal for myself. And I've been doing it alone with the Lord for the most part. And for that, I'm proud of myself because nobody who's anybody dealing with even 2 to 5, maybe 10% of what I've had go on in my life would have been able to hold back their emotions from going into that reactive state and reacting because And the reason I haven't is because I know and I learned now that that's why I got into reactive mode with other relationships, so they could get me into the position of being in anger management, going to courts, going to probation, going through this, going through that, going to domestic abuse classes. When all of these people that I went to in domestic abuse class and the class that I went to for anger management was like, I don't even know why you're here at the end. And they're like talking to me like I'm putting it in here and giving you recommendation for what you've had to go through here, because I don't think it was right that you're here at all for some reason, and I'm hoping that you figure it out. But the fact of the matter is that these people are not only trying to kill me and steal my energy away from me, but they're trying to steal away energy from anybody else from being able to discover that truth about what had been happening to me, because then they too, or they four, or they eight, would have been able to call them out for their actions against me, you see? And so I'm not just witnessing that type of protection over me based on the fact that I've been able to call back my energy and channel my energy as far as denying my flesh to the Lord and saying, Lord, this is yours. I'm boxing this up too. This is yours. So they just don't want me to be able to call back any of my energy. But I'm not clapping back is what I'm saying. It's not my intent to like sit there and feign love for my brothers or for my people. I'm not feigning love for them. I actually do love them and I do support them. It's just the fact that they're not there to support me, and they never were. So that's my reasoning for coming out here like this, is because I know now that my going to them would be me being a complete dolt, moron, to suggest to them, hey, will you talk to me about this like a normal adult? No, they're going and hiding behind all sorts of worldly shenanigans against me. So I just wanted you to know that that's my reasoning for coming out here. And it's because of very cold and calculated murder now, where I just really legitimately wanted to build my website. I couldn't work here, couldn't do this, couldn't do that, couldn't do gig apping because they'd be stealing away time, energy, and resource from me. I couldn't even use my card for gas, for crying out loud, when I needed it the most. I mean, like, it's to drain you up to where you just don't have any energy of your normalcy at all because of the things that are happening in your life, which they got away with. So it's like I wanted to build my website, and it would have been completely amazing. Like right now, today it would be like really cool to work on a funneling system for a really very, very cool website. And it has to deal with a lot of, abuse and people being neglected and homelessness community, getting people off drugs, taking a stab against addiction and against, you know, crimes of premeditation, offering some kind of supportive aid and being a coach of a sorts, and a life coach. And not only that, but actually like real life missions and circumstances to like bring people together to like just do a certain activity. And that certain activity wasn't just for that activity alone, but it was for discussion and for workout. So I wanted to kind of like mesh things together. Like I would really like the governments, like the family courts and the criminal courts to talk to each other. But if they talk to each other, it's like just cramming your life into a little box. It's not like they're talking to each other to like help you out. But see, that's what needs to be happened, and that's what needs to change. And so there's changes that need to like happen inside of the world if it's to protect crimes against humanity, not protect the crimes that are happening to humanity, you dig? But that's what I feel is being protected here, is the actual crimes, not the victim. And so I really wanted to make a really cool movement about it where it not only got super loud, super fast, but it'd be like I mean, you can imagine like a million people all on point about something that's like really cool, like super duper cool. And then you can also imagine me like lit up in myself, like wearing a suit and tie, nice shaved up, you know, having my energy back where I can like get rid of these lines in my face and stuff like that from all of the sadness and frustration that's been in my life. But if you don't have it in you to see with your own spiritual eyes, then I can't suggest you have spiritual eyes to see those things, you see? Because right now they're trying to drain me up, drain up my energy, drain up my resources, not allow me even a place to have a roof over my head. And it's all to suggest that Matthew did this to Matthew, when it's in reality this covert warfare of proxy war, keeping me within proximity for their hacking, for their ability to control my life, control my love life, control my work life. Because let's just face it, if you go into work and you smell like shit every day, are they going to want you there? No. What does arsenic do to you after a long time? I mean, at first, when I was younger, I'd be getting these warts and stuff. But now it's like all internal, right? And then the Metamucil that was gamed up was to like literally block me up to where my heart would not work. And then I'm telling my brother, like, if you really care about the $12.95 or whatever that bottle cost, I'll pay you that money. But I'm not going to take something that's going to make me go unconscious, taking baths to detox, not even knowing what the fuck is going on in my life. Over and over and over, these things would happen till I get this same feeling. So I learned it by patterns. I started calling back my energy. And because of doing that, they're just threatened. That's it. They're just threatened by my wanting to glow up and shine, because my glowing up and shining and making money and doing anything that's me to do me the way I would otherwise do me is outside of their uh, availability to be allowed, basically. If you allow him to do that, then other people might figure it out too. So I'm hoping you figure it out. Will you support me? I know I have a lot of supporters around here, and I know I have a lot of supporters in general, but will you personally support me? Is there something that you can offer for me to hopefully help me have a working availability to a normalcy of my life? I'm not able to shower. I'm not able to wash dishes. I'm not able to do things as my normal life now. I'm not able to continuously go like say for like, I'm just going to use it as an example, but say do Lyft or like Instacart or Uber or any of that, because they've legitimately gamed up my phones to where it would be like all of a sudden stopping outbound or inbound uh, uh, communications. And so if that stops in the timeliest of fashions for you to be able to scan an item, or you to be able to go and pick up an item or pick up an order, or if it's to stop you from being able to contact the customer, for an example, to say like, my app isn't working right now and it's not flipping to your address for like a half hour now. Is there a way that I could get you to send me your address? Well, you're fiddling and fuddling around with this stuff. It's like 45 minutes later. The customer's pissed off. You're not there with their food. You went and shopped their food. It looks to them like it's done. And now you're not even delivering my food. What are you doing with my food? You're not going to get an up tip. You could have delivered it by that time and gotten another order. So they're not only taking away the money that you could be making better, but they're taking away any availability to continue your grind. And it just takes away all the fun out of trying to work that job. Like literally the fun of that job is like, you know, like you're on a quest. You're like trying to go from one thing to the next to the next to the next. I want to make $300 a day today. I want to make $300 a day today. Well, you're only able to make like 86 bucks, or if you're lucky it'll be 112 or something like that. It's still not good enough because you've had to reset your phone 8 times within a Cub Foods. This isn't working properly. I can't flip this stuff to my other phone. It's not accepting it on my other phone because they have you completely gate kept where all of your energy is siphoned off to their ability of control. If it gets out of their control and you're able to take back your energy, you take back your identity, take back your online identity, it just doesn't work out so good for them. So that's why both of my Facebooks have gone down. All of my Instagrams have gone down. They're after my phone, their actual phone number again. They were after my Gmail. They were after everything so that I would have to start all over again from scratch, all over again for the third time or the second time or however many times for each one of those accounts. But it's to drain me up of my energy to be able to move differently with my life, as anybody else out here should know that I shouldn't have these problems. And they should be able to see clear through as to who these people are by proxy to keep me within proximity of their crime. It's much like the Italian Job. In the Italian Job, they had people all over strategically, ready for the crime at a specific time to get into that vault. Listen to the code. Oh, got that number. Oh, we got that number. Oh, we got that number. Now we just spin this thing. And it opens up and they're like, yay, we get to steal everything out of here. Well, that's my life. That's legitimately what's happened in my life. So anyway, that's why I'm looking for your support. If you can support me in not being a part of the doppelganger crew of these doppely weirdo, whatever you want to call them, criminals, then support me. I would like a warm shower. I would like to have my own life back. I would like to have my own life force and power and energy take into my work the way I would take into my work, not the way they would want me poisoned up to go into job after job. Specifically for their own reasons of identity theft and making money off of my energy. So that's why I'm out here speaking out now instead of like creating a funneling system for a website that was truly amazing. I was just about done building it, but you all would love it. You all would love my website, hands down. I'd say a good 80% of you, at least, if not more of you, would love what I was building. So until next time, I hope I can gain your effort and your support in sharing my content, helping me out. I'm also on Cash App. It's the money sign, Chase Your Dreams Today, all one word. If you have anything to give, it would certainly mean a lot to me because of everything that these people have stolen away from me in my life. Thanks for being here. Till next time, God bless and take care of yourselves. I know I'm trying to.